Hi, it's Karen with Living Our Dream Homestead, where today we're going to be making a meat lasagna. Now, the first thing we need to do is we need a 13 by 9 by 2 inch pan. We are going to go ahead and use some kind of spray so that our lasagna doesn't stick. I ended up using this olive oil spray. Again, you don't have to use olive oil spray. Any spray will do. So we'll go ahead and put that over there. Now we're going to go ahead in this bowl. We are going to go ahead and put in 24 ounces of cottage cheese. I'm expecting my family to come over, so it's going to be serving at least 11 people. So I'm adding in 24 ounces of Daisy cottage cheese. Now you could add full fat if you wanted to. This one's low fat. I'm going to go ahead and put that one here in the bowl. And now to this mixture, we're going to add in 2 whole eggs with the egg whites. So those eggs probably would be about large. I'm going to go ahead and just break up the eggs. And I'm going to mix this in. And now we need to go ahead and add in 2 cups of mozzarella cheese. Now, this was mozzarella cheese I had, and then I ended up shredding it. If you don't want to shred it yourself, you're welcome to go ahead and buy it in a bag. That would be okay. So I'm going to go ahead and get that. And I'm going to measure it here. Okay, there's 1 cup. And there's 2 cups. And we're going to go ahead and mix that mozzarella cheese into our cottage cheese. Our cottage cheese mixture should look like this. Now that our mozzarella cheese is mixed up into our cottage cheese, we are going to go ahead and put it to the side. And now we're going to go ahead and get our pan. We are going to go ahead and put in on the bottom of this pan 1 cup of spaghetti sauce, or I call it, we're using Ragu spaghetti sauce. So I'll go ahead and put that in there and put it in the bottom of the pan. Here is the Ragu sauce on the bottom of the pan. And now we're going to go ahead and layer our lasagna noodles. Now the ones that I am using are Barilla oven ready lasagna noodles. These are ones that you do not have to boil. Like I said, they're ready. So we just need to go ahead and, layer however you want to layer your lasagna. I usually do it like this, where I go ahead and layer it across. I know some of the sides there won't be shown, but that's okay. And then I'll do it like that. And now it should look like this. And now we're going to go ahead and put in about 1/3 of a cup of that ricotta cheese mixture. So I'll go ahead and measure that and put it on top. I added about 1/2 of a cup of the ricotta mixture just to spread it around the noodles, and I did break up some noodles here for the side. It's just very hard to get it in there. So it should look like this. And now we're going to take 1/2 of our meat. I have cooked this meat. This is actually 2 pounds of hamburger that I have already cooked, and it's ready to go ahead and go on top of this lasagna. Now, if you don't want to use hamburger meat, you don't have to. You could probably use turkey and cook that and put it in there. but I'm going to be using ground beef, and I'm actually using 2 pounds of ground beef total for this lasagna. If I use 1 pound, my husband doesn't feel like he gets that full. It doesn't satisfy him that much, but by adding the 2 pounds of meat, it's more protein and it ends up satisfying him and my guests more. So that's why I do it. So I'm going to go ahead and measure out at least half this mixture, and I'm going to put it on top of the ricotta mixture. I have put the ground beef on top of the ricotta mixture. And now I'm going to add in on top another cup of mozzarella cheese. There I have added the 1 cup of mozzarella cheese, and now I'm going to add in another cup of that spaghetti sauce over the top of this. There is the 1 cup of the spaghetti sauce. Now we're going to layer our noodles back over top. Kind of push down a little bit there. And I'll work on over here. Now I'm going to put the other remaining cottage cheese mixture on top. There is the cottage cheese on top of the noodles. Now I'm going to put on the remaining brown meat on top. There's the meat on top. Now I'm going to put another cup of sauce on top of this. And now I'm going to go ahead and layer the noodles again. Just kind of push down as much as you can. Well, you know, I guess I shouldn't try to crack that. Don't push down too hard to crack your shells, like me. And then I'll work on this area here. Now I'm going to add in some more of the spaghetti sauce on top and then the remaining cheese. And now I'm going to go ahead and use aluminum foil to put over top of it. But before I do that, I'm going to take the aluminum foil and the side that's going to be touching the cheese, I'm going to spray it with the olive oil spray, because if I don't do that, when the lasagna is done, the cheese will stick to the aluminum foil and rip all off. So I don't want to do that. So we are definitely going to go ahead and spray the aluminum foil and then put it on here. Here's what I'm talking about. I've sprayed my aluminum foil, and that's the side that's going to be touching the cheese. So then that way it won't stick when the lasagna is done. Now that the lasagna is all covered up, I'm going to go ahead and put a cookie sheet underneath it to catch any drips. Because the lasagna is so big and high, it could leak out. And I'd rather it leak out onto a cookie sheet and you probably want a cookie sheet again that has the sides that comes off, because if you have one that's flat, it will still leak into your oven. And this way it should catch it so I won't have it go in the bottom of my oven. And we are going to bake it at 375 for 50 to 60 minutes. Then we're going to take off the foil and we're going to bake it another, couple of minutes, probably no more than 5 minutes to melt the cheese. And then the lasagna should be done. The lasagna is all done. It needs to cool at least 15 minutes before serving. Now my guests have all arrived. Thank you for watching. This was Karen with Living Our Dream Homestead. I hope you have a good day.